What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV and welcome to episode 9 of the Ask Saf Q&A series. Firstly, shout out to Barnaby Smith who has composed the new music for my intro. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below, and also go ahead and check out his website. That will be linked in the description. Let me know what you think of that new intro music. I really do like it and I'll hopefully be using it going forward. So I asked you guys for some of your questions this time around and got plenty of questions, so thank you once again for all of your questions. Now initially getting straight into it, a lot of you were asking about the OnePlus 2. What do I expect from the OnePlus 2? So I'm going to be giving you 5 things to expect from the OnePlus 2 in this video. So the first thing is USB Type-C. So this is something that OnePlus have confirmed. So this is something we'll be seeing, and it's probably going to be, I believe, the first smartphone with USB Type-C. For those of you who are not too sure about USB Type-C, it's basically the next big thing. It's reversible. You've got much more power through there and it's much faster as well. I believe you can also charge one device from another device using USB Type-C cables. Absolutely awesome. I'll leave a link in the description below to MKBHD's video, who's done a USB Type-C explained video, so that's got all of the details in there. Do go ahead and check that out. That's huge, and this is something we're going to be seeing on most Android smartphones going forward. Now the second thing to expect is the Snapdragon 810 processor. This has been slightly controversial, this processor, because of heating issues on other smartphones, and that puts in the throttling and it lowers the performance. But OnePlus have said that this is the newer version. It's version 2.1 of Snapdragon 810. So this shouldn't have those heating problems that we've been seeing on other devices. So this should be pretty cool, but we'll have to wait and see on that. The third thing to expect is a fingerprint scanner. Now, we're not sure how this is going to be, whether it's going to be the front or the back. We're not too sure about that as yet. They have confirmed, however, that there will be a fingerprint scanner. And they've also said that this will be better than a Touch ID. We'll have to wait and see for that once again, but this will be nice to see. Fingerprint scanners on smartphones are becoming more common. Now the fourth thing to expect is the announcement date, which is going to be on the 27th of July. So that is the date that you want to put in your diaries. Fun fact is that it's going to be in VR, so you're going to be able to, if you've got Google Cardboard or another VR headset, you're going to be able to put your smartphone in there and experience the announcement event in 360, which should be quite interesting. So that's something new. I don't have one of those myself. In terms of when you're actually going to be able to get hold of the device, that should be somewhere in August time. That's what the rumors are saying. Now the fifth thing is the price. Now what can we expect from the price? This is a question that a lot of people have been asking. The thing that made the OnePlus 1 so popular was the fact that you had all these high specs at a budget price, almost half the price of other flagships out there, and that's what one of the key things was of the OnePlus 1. Hopefully they will be keeping this similar. I think it's going to be slightly higher than the prices that we had last year, but one of the things that is sort of positive on the pricing side is that it's still going to be on an invite only system, so you are not going to be able to go ahead and get this. This was something that was quite frustrating last year, but this does mean that the price should be quite low, because one of the reasons why they had the invite system was so that they don't have to bulk mass produce so many devices and then have lots of leftovers, which then they have to reduce the prices of. They were making devices according to the demand, which made the price really low. So hopefully we'll be seeing a similar price, maybe a slightly higher. Some additional rumors and leaks are that we're going to be getting a Quad HD display, so this should put it in line with some of the other flagships out there. I personally wouldn't mind a 1080p display if the battery life remains the same as we've had with the OnePlus 1, which is absolutely great. One of the best battery lives on any smartphone out there. Screen size, you're looking at roughly about 5.5 inches, and there's rumors that there might be 2 versions as well, so they might be a larger 5.5 inch version and maybe somewhere around a 5-inch version as well, a smaller OnePlus 2. These are things that we will have to wait and see for. And also some rumors that we might be getting a metal build, so a metal frame at least, so that should be interesting. But all of these things will be confirmed on the 27th of July, so be sure to tune in on Twitter, and I might do a quick summary video as well, so make sure you are subscribed for that. Now let's move on to the next question. Now this is something that I get asked a lot, so we've had lots of questions around which phone do you like most, which is your best phone for me right now, and just generally what's my favorite phone so far in 2015. Well, to answer that question, my current daily driver is the Samsung Galaxy S6, which you can see here. And I've really enjoyed using it, and I would have gone for the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge just because it looks absolutely beautiful, But the reason why I opted with the S6 to keep the S6 was because the S6 Edge in the UK is quite a bit more expensive, and I couldn't justify myself spending that much more just for the Edge, so I stuck with the Samsung Galaxy S6. What are my current favorite smartphones? Right now, the two current favorite smartphones at this point in time would have to be the Samsung Galaxy S6 / S6 Edge, and also the LG G4. LG G4 is absolutely great too. A few of you have asked me, why don't you use the LG G4 as your daily driver if you like it that much? Well, there's a few reasons around that, but mainly it's the form factor. I prefer a form factor of around 5.1 inches, which the Samsung Galaxy S6 is. I think the LG G4 is a little bit too big for my liking. It might be fine for a lot of people I know, and it's still perfectly usable. But for me, I just prefer this slightly smaller form factor. I just think it's a little bit more comfortable generally. But if you want to go out and get an Android smartphone right now, or even if you're an iPhone user and you want to get over onto Android, then I would have no problem recommending the Samsung Galaxy S6 / S6 Edge or the LG G4. Now let's move on to the next question, which is from Android Man Production. What tips do you have for YouTubers trying to grow? Now, I have done a separate video which are my top tips for new YouTubers, so all of my tips are in that video. I'll link that in the description below. Do go ahead and check that out. And those are my thoughts, mainly summarized from my time on YouTube and what I think goes towards growing your audience and being successful on YouTube. If you do have any other questions in terms of being a new YouTuber or anything like that, do drop them in the comment section below or tweet them at me using the hashtag AskSaf. If there's a few of you who want to know about something particular, then I will do a video around that. I just did a video recently about how to deal with trolls. This is something that a lot of new YouTubers experience, so the best ways to go about that. So if there's other topics that you'd like me to cover in that series, in the sort of new YouTuber tip series, then let me know and I will try to cover that in my next video. So that was episode 9 of the AskSaf Q&A series. I only did a few questions here because there was a lot of commonly asked questions which I try to cover here. I'll try to cover some of the other questions in the next episode. If you do want to be part of the next episode, then drop me a question below or on Twitter using the hashtag AskSaf, and I'll try to pick up as many as I can. I'm also on Periscope, so you can follow me on Periscope. It's at SuperSaf through Twitter, and on there I do some very quick fire Q&As as well, so some of the quicker questions that I can answer straight there and then when I've got some time free, I answer those there. So do go ahead and follow me on Periscope. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. There will be a button below or somewhere else if you're on a mobile device. If you want to see my previous related video, that will be linked here somewhere on the left hand side. And you can also follow me on social media. I'm on all of the usual places: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and the addresses will be there somewhere as well as in the description below. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.